What's up, everybody? Hunters Association podcast here. I know we say we wasn't gonna do a video this week, but surprise,
We here.
we're here. So it won't be too long. We're not gonna hold you guys up. Since it was a short chapter this week, we're just gonna get a few of our thoughts out. We're gonna go ahead and introduce ourselves, and just in case you're new to the channel, I'm JD from TiC GamesNetwork and also anime writer for TiC GamesNetwork.
I am JC2K here from JC2K 2002 YouTube channel. My boy Trent, go ahead and get into it, man.
Trent Money representing Trent Money. You already know who it is.
Right. And we are here. We are back with that Jin-Woo solo leveling goodness. So everybody's read the chapter, of course. It's been a few days now. So my immediate thought, you know what? I'm gonna say my thoughts to last because I got a few gripes with the chapter.
You upset?
I'm not.
So my mute and unmute is infrequent. You two go first.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go, JC. Then I'm gonna go after you.
So this chapter was basically two halves for me. Of course, you got the funeral half, and then you got the recruiting half. So when it comes to the funeral, Jin-Woo is worldwide now.
Right.
You got the cameras flashing on him. You got the flower in his hand. You know, we have the background where people are actually commenting on it. Should he have been there earlier? Should he have been there sooner? Should he have been a part of the raid? And I think this is the first time somebody I could be wrong once again, but that the story has actually said Jin-Woo and Nation Level in the same breath. Because in one of the little panels it said, hey, is he Nation Level now? He did, clear the S-Rank gate, and that is one of the requirements. So we saw that happening, and then we get to the second half of it, where you have United States trying to recruit Jin-Woo, and something JD said a couple of times was, what is Japan going to do? I think Japan's going to try to recruit him too, because, it's worldwide. Everybody's seen him. Japan has lost half of their S ranks, or a lot of their S ranks, from the strongest.
True.
Why would they not try to recruit him? Because America's trying to do it, so that's where I think it's going to go.
Good old America. Rolling in for the little guy. So, what was your thoughts on the upgrader situation?
So, I think Jin-Woo is more or less interested in it because of the system type thing. He's trying to see maybe there might be another player or something, because he has a leveling system, keeps leveling up. So therefore, maybe he's thinking that this upgrader, the person, because he's never heard of it before, and the United States hadn't let that secret out yet. So, I think I lost everybody. So the upgrader is the person who's going to be, I guess it could be a part of the system. It might be another player, but I don't really think it is. But Jenny was trying to figure that out. That's why he went there in the first place.
Right. Interesting. Okay. My gripes with the thing, I guess I'll get mine out the way. So the chapter wasn't bad. Let me start off by saying that chapter wasn't bad. I enjoyed the chapter. My gripes is mainly the amount of differences from the light novel.
Okay.
And I guess that's just, the gift and the curse of having read the light novel. Some things made better sense, some things didn't, but it's just that one thing. So
do you think they're vital to the story though?
I think some of the parts I think it's vital as far as giving more information.
Okay.
All right, for instance, in the light novel, when Jin-Woo does return from Jeju, he comes in on Kaisel and lands at the Hunter Association. So everybody at the Hunters Association gets to see Kaisel and Jin-Woo on Kaisel. Also, we get to see Beck, Troy, Cha, all of them return first. And in the light novel, Gogun, he runs out when they arrive and has 2 A-rank healers with him, so he can heal Cha, because they don't know that Cha, was healed by Jin-Woo because the camera was cut off. So I thought that was one, and Cha actually woke up and said, "Hey, was Jin-Woo here?" And then they was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Okay, I thought so. So it wasn't a dream." And then she fell back to sleep. So
I would have liked to hear that part.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's certain little parts because it's a reason why she said that, and it's gonna be explained, down the road. But it was a reason that whole thing happened. So I don't know how they're gonna tie that in to what's going to come between her and Jin-Woo. And so that's one thing I wanted to see. Also, I think if I'm not mistaken, in the light novel, it's been a while since I read it, but when Jin-Woo and Gogan he was talking about the guild, it was a whole nother part that was missing from that conversation.
Yeah, it was kind of short.
Yeah, it was a whole part missing. The part that was missing was Jin-Woo asked, no, Gogan he asked Jin-Woo, could he stay in Korea? Because of course America is trying to get him, and everybody else trying to get him and stuff like that. So it was a little interaction with that was missing, and just different little interactions with Adam White and stuff. Jin-Woo didn't willingly hop in the car with him and stuff. It was explained better in the light novel, and it made it make sense a little more. So that was just a few little gripes I had. But I mean, overall, the chapter was still good. I mean, it still gets you hype every week, still gets you talking and everything. So it wasn't bad. It was just, my little few gripes. But Trent, what was your thoughts about the chapter?
Overall, I was disappointed because of like the cliffhanger,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily like disappointed in the quality of the chapter. Like I thought the funeral was probably like, I don't know. I enjoy those kind of moments at the end of arcs because it just brings the story full circle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I ain't no feedback. But yeah, I'm really intrigued to see who this next person is, and if she's gonna actually be able to handle him, or like if he's gonna or if he's gonna notice that something's off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely I'll tell you one thing though, solo leveling cliffhangers are A1.
They really are.
Yeah, for sure.
They always get you with the cliffhangers. We saw JD Legend, he got played by the cliffhanger and his reaction. That shit was funny. I don't know if y'all saw that. That shit was
yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. So yeah, solo leveling cliffhangers are definitely one to be reckoned with. But going on, what do you guys think is going to happen in the next chapter? Do you think that this not Madam, but Miss Selner, do you think her abilities are real? Is it just a ploy by the United States? Or if her abilities are real, do you think that she is a part of the system or she has something to do with the system?
I think her abilities are definitely real because the United States seems to be using that as, they're ace in the hole. They're like, hey, this is what we do. This is our closing argument. We have somebody who can make you stronger. After you've already had your second awakening, this person can make you even stronger than you were before. They don't know about Jin-Woo's ability. I'm not sure if they would find out if she tries to, level him up and it doesn't work. And she's like, what's going on with this? They might find out that way. But...
Exactly.
So I think it's real. I don't think it's going to go the way that they want it to go, though.
So how you think it's going to go? Think it's just going to be they're going to fail at, trying to awaken his powers and then negotiations just going to break down?
I don't think he's going to allow it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, like, Jin seems to be a kind of a guarded person. So I don't think he's going to allow somebody just to mess with his stats or anything like that. He might ask some questions. They might try to, force him to do it or something like that. But I don't think it's going to actually, nothing's going to really pop up. Really.
Okay. What about you, Trent?
I don't know, because I kind of am really intrigued now how they got him in the car. From what you say, it almost makes it seem like they either really finessed him or they basically, powered him in there. You know what I mean? Bullied him in there almost.
Right.
But so I don't know what route they're going to take. And I've seen other people besides you say that they've skipped a little bit of content. So I don't know if they're going to end up retying some of that back in, or they only have a certain amount of pages to work with week to week. So I'm sure they're just trying to make it seem like consistent and like with something juicy at the end. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know for sure. I'm hoping we at least see her. And like I said, I think JC is right. I think she's going to end up being somebody who either is like a part of the system or basically is, or she's going to basically be like, yo, I can't level this dude up. You know, like, or I can't enhance him. He enhances himself or whatever. You know, like.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's definitely gonna be a interesting thing, to see what's gonna happen with her and Jin-Woo, and what America is going to do if she can't level them up. Because
you get me hype, man. You get me hype. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I was like,
but I mean, it's good to think about it, because it's like, okay, so if this is America's ace in the hole for bringing in S rank hunters, and this doesn't work with Jin-Woo, then what?
I mean, negotiations break down at that point. I mean, if you can't bring him in, are you at that point? Is he an enemy?
Exactly. I was gonna say it's gonna start an all-out beef because they're not gonna get what they want.
Right. So I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to see how America wants to play this out. Like, are they gonna just give up? Are they gonna try some underhanded schemes to try to get him over? Or do they have something else up their sleeve that might be of interest to Jin-Woo for him to come over?
Right. So do you guys think that, I mean, this person has a power that we haven't seen before. He can level up somebody or, make them stronger. Do you think there's other people out there that have similar powers or powers that are not known about?
You mean like as far as like upgrading and stuff like that?
Maybe upgrading, we haven't seen anything. Anything's out there. It's imaginable. Like,
true.
Yeah.
I mean, you think other characters gonna start coming out?
Do you think these guys are aware of the Americans rather are aware of the other guys that are the other monarchs that are roam around? And then I guess that also breaks question. I don't know if we talked about it last week. Is it rare that these guys? I guess it's on a time limit, but I was like, is it rare that these guys are out of the dungeons now and basically roaming?
I
guess they
guess
were dungeon bosses originally.
Well, I guess it would be rare. Well, not so much as rare. I guess I don't want to say anomaly, because from everything we've seen, this hasn't happened before.
Right.
So I'll just say this is a first event. But I don't think anybody knows, because if they did, then obviously they'll try to get as many hunters, national ranks and S rank hunters together to try and take them out. So I do think that nobody knows what's gonna happen. Well, that they're out and roaming around through portals and stuff.
Yeah, because when I was talking to Go-Gun, he was saying that he didn't know what happened. Everybody just woke up and they were on the ground. So
right, and they don't remember anything. So I think it's gonna stay like that. As far as setting up the story and stuff like that. That's what I think. That's just me. But I do. What'd you say, Jin-Ho?
None.
I don't know anything. This is all speculation. But I do want to talk about one more thing before we wrap up. As most of you know, if you follow our Twitter account, if you don't, you should, at Hunters Podcast. But we put up a recent question about how many people would like a solo leveling anime. And it got a good bit of traction on it, and y'all should definitely go check that out. But one thing I wanted to clarify is information that I have been told as far as the whole Crunchyroll thing going after it, was that that's not really a possibility.
Yeah, not for Crunchyroll.
For Crunchyroll to be involved. I know everybody sees the thing with Tower God of High School, and all this stuff with Crunchyroll. And while those are webtoons, they're under Navier Webtoons. And Solo Leveling is under Kaiko Page, which is a competitor to Navier Webtoons that has Tower God and all of that. So is as far as our hope, as far as potentially seeing Solo Leveling getting the anime adaptation, it's kind of slim. There are petitions out there. There's one for Netflix, a petition. I think it has like 800,000 signatures or somewhere close to it, some crazy thing like that. But right. But I would definitely say, hit up Hulu, hit up Amazon, hit up Netflix. Say, hey, you guys should really, get an anime going for this and see what happens. Because the whole Crunchyroll thing that's kind of out the air. I mean, who knows? Maybe some crazy thing might happen where Crunchyroll makes a deal with both of them. I doubt it, but
Yeah.
right. I mean, you never know. Also, hey, hit up Funimation. Maybe Funimation to do it. They don't have a deal with Crunchyroll anymore. Their partnership split a year and a half ago.
I almost don't want neither of them to do it. Like, I would rather it be somebody like Netflix or somebody like Hulu or Amazon, just because I don't want like recycled voice actors.
Yeah,
I want somebody to actually take some quality time to do it. And of course, we don't know when we don't know how Crunchyroll will do the ones they've already announced, but I'm sure they won't disappoint.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I mean, given from the trailers for like Tower God, that we've seen, it looks like they're staying as faithful as possible. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Good sign anyway. And as we know, Crunchyroll and Webtoons, they're putting a lot into this. They really want Tower God to hit, because if Tower God hits and it does well, then of course it's going to open the door for an ordinary, hardcore leveling warrior, all that other stuff. So they're putting a lot, of time and money into this to make sure it's right, because they need it to work.
Yeah, it could be a really big money maker for them. There's a lot of content out there for it.
Because if it doesn't work, then this whole deal is going to go down the drain.
Right.
So I'm guessing they got 3 chances with Tower God, Noblesse, and God of High School to get it right. But that's besides the point. Back to Solo Leveling, which is what everybody's here for. But yeah, definitely go to our Twitter page, look for that post, retweet, like, share it out, get people talking about it, so hopefully we can potentially get a Solo Leveling anime sometime in the future. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I had to say about that. Y'all got anything y'all want to add to it?
I'm definitely down to get some petition waves going just to continue to press for it. But I think with just the overall YouTube popularity of getting, we'll get one. We'll get an announcement in the next year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, I think we'll get one eventually, especially if the other webtoons that are coming out on Crunchyroll actually do well. Then other people will start looking around at different webtoons, like what can we put out there, because there's a copycat league out here. So
Oh yeah.
So when one thing does well, everybody else wants to jump on the bandwagon. So that's what I'm really hoping for.
Yeah, that it is definitely a copycat industry. Everybody wants the next big thing, the next big thing that makes that money. But I guess that's all we got for this week, guys. Right? Y'all got anything else y'all want to add about the chapter, or any predictions or anything like that?
No, what about you, JC?
Yeah, I think we're good, man.
We good?
This is a shorter episode this time, guys, but next week we'll be back at full force.
Yeah, guys, this week was just, the chapter it wasn't filler at all. It was just the calm really before the storm. It's another wrap up / introduction into something new. And of course, we wanted to just kind of keep that consistency up and at least give somebody some content and something to think about until next week.
Right. Also, if you guys have any thoughts, about the chapter, we'd love to hear them. Leave a comment in the comment section. Also, if you have any theories you want to let us know about, leave them down there and we'll discuss it next episode. And so I guess it's gonna be it.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.